Stay with me for the next few minutes, because what you are about to hear is not really about him. It is about you. And if you allow yourself to listen until the end, you may realize that the moment he pulled away was not rejection, it was initiation. An initiation into a deeper level of self-respect, sensual awareness, and emotional sovereignty. If a man has ever acted like he doesn't care, if his presence softened into distance, if his silence made you question your beauty, your desirability, or your feminine power, this message is meant to meet you exactly where you are. When his energy shifts, when the warmth cools, when the intimacy that once felt natural suddenly feels fragile, the mind immediately looks for explanation. And almost always, that explanation turns inward. You begin to scan yourself. Your words. Your tone. Your openness. Your desire. You wonder if you revealed too much, if you wanted too much, if your depth was too intense or your presence too real. That moment is subtle, but powerful. It is the moment many women begin to dim themselves. They soften their standards. They delay their truth. They quiet their intuition. Not because they want to, but because they were taught that love requires adjustment, accommodation, and patience at the cost of self. But here is the truth, spoken gently, yet firmly. When a man acts like he doesn't care, it rarely means he feels nothing. More often, it means he feels something he has never learned how to hold. Emotional distance is not indifference. It is avoidance. And avoidance is often born from fear, not from lack of desire. Many men are comfortable with attraction, but not with depth. They enjoy chemistry, but retreat from intimacy. They know how to pursue, but not how to remain present once the connection becomes emotionally real. Because real intimacy requires vulnerability. And vulnerability requires inner maturity. So, when a woman shows up embodied, confident, emotionally available, grounded in herself, something happens. Her presence activates truth. And truth can be confronting. Especially to someone who has learned to manage life through control rather than emotional awareness. Instead of saying, "I feel overwhelmed by how real this feels," instead of admitting, "I'm not sure I can meet you where you are," instead of acknowledging, "I'm afraid I might disappoint you," he retreats. Silence becomes his refuge. Distance becomes his regulation. And the woman, intuitive, radiant, alive, is left wondering what changed. This is why his behavior feels contradictory. One moment he is attentive, curious, magnetized by your essence. The next, he is distant, unreachable, emotionally unavailable. It is not because the connection was imagined. It is because the connection touched something unresolved inside him. When a man pulls away, an internal conflict has usually been activated. One part of him desires closeness, intimacy, sensual presence. Another part of him fears responsibility, emotional exposure, or the possibility of not being enough for the woman in front of him. That tension creates pressure. Pressure creates discomfort. And discomfort leads to withdrawal. This is not romance, but it is deeply human psychology. At this stage, many women respond by offering more. More understanding. More reassurance. More emotional availability. They lean forward energetically, hoping presence will be met with presence. But when someone is moving away emotionally, leaning closer does not create union. It dissolves polarity. And polarity is essential for attraction, especially in mature, conscious relationships. A woman does not become magnetic by explaining herself. She becomes magnetic by staying rooted in her own center. By remaining embodied. By staying connected to her sensual rhythm, her inner stillness, her grounded confidence. A man does not open his heart because he is convinced or persuaded. He opens it when he feels capable of holding what intimacy requires. And capability cannot be rushed. This is why his withdrawal should never be seen as a test you must pass. It is information. Sacred information. It reveals his emotional capacity, not your value. The moment you stop personalizing his distance, something exquisite happens. You soften back into yourself. You return to your breath, your body, your intuition. You stop waiting for permission to feel whole. Love is not about convincing someone to stay present. Love is about mutual availability, mutual emotional courage. Two people meeting each other without one shrinking and the other hiding. When you remain grounded instead of reactive, when you stay centered instead of chasing, the entire dynamic shifts. Without saying a word, you communicate self-respect. You embody emotional regulation. You show that your nervous system is calm, secure, sovereign. And silence, when met with grounded presence, becomes revealing. Either he steps forward, drawn by your steadiness, or he stays distant and confirms what your intuition already knew. Both outcomes are clarity. And clarity is peace. There is a profound difference between patience and self-abandonment. Patience is allowing space while remaining anchored in your worth. Self-abandonment is waiting in uncertainty while slowly disconnecting from your desires, your sensuality, your truth. Healthy love never requires you to shrink to keep someone comfortable. It never asks you to dim your femininity, your intelligence, or your emotional depth. If someone pulls away and expects you to become smaller so they can stay, that is not intimacy. That is control through absence. A man who is emotionally available may still need space. But he will not leave you in confusion. He will not make you question your desirability. He will not disappear without explanation. Emotional maturity does not look like perfection. It looks like honesty, presence, consistency. And when honesty is missing, choosing yourself is not cold. It is elegant. It is wise. Remaining grounded when someone pulls away does not mean becoming detached or closed. It means staying anchored in your life, your rituals, your pleasures, your body, your joy. It means continuing to move through the world with grace, instead of pausing your essence for someone who is unsure. The most sensual energy a woman can embody is calm confidence. Emotional self-sufficiency paired with openness. Softness without self-betrayal. Desire without attachment. Walls repel. Chasing repels. Calm presence attracts. If he returns with clarity and intention, that space can be met with discernment, not hunger. If he does not, nothing has been lost. Because what is meant for you does not require you to beg for consistency. This is the deeper shift modern dating invites. Stop asking why he pulled away, and start asking how you feel when he does. Anxious, small, uncertain, or grounded, secure, aligned. The body never lies. It speaks truth long before the mind accepts it. Protect your energy. Protect your standards. Protect your sensuality. Protect your heart, without closing it. The right connection does not make you question your worth. It reflects it back to you effortlessly. This perspective is deeply influenced by the work of Rose Chafer, whose writing explores emotional intelligence, feminine embodiment, self-respect, spirituality, and clarity in modern relationships. Rose Chafer speaks to women who have lived, loved, lost, and risen again. Women who are no longer interested in chasing validation, but in embodying their presence, wisdom, and magnetism. Her work honors the mature feminine, a woman who is both soft and sovereign, sensual and grounded, intuitive and discerning. If this message touched something inside you, if you recognized yourself in these words, take a moment and share your experience in the comments. Your voice matters. Your story may awaken another woman who needed this reminder today. And if you are drawn to conversations that blend spirituality, sensuality, self-worth, and emotional intelligence, make sure to subscribe to the Mature Glamour channel. This space exists for women who choose themselves, who honor their depth, and who understand that true glamour begins within. Stay connected. Stay embodied. Stay luminous.